typical Georgia really just came out. So all those times you think Georgia's gonna do something until one of those big moments, what they do, they choke. So
Man, and I'm sure about to sip on that one.
bro, that just like down. What was that year they went undefeated? They went to play Florida, and Florida was like, sorry. Florida ended up beating them. I
I
think
think it was back when Matt Stafford was the quarterback back in like
no,
2006.
I wasn't talking. I'm talking way before then. It was probably like my it had to be like my senior year.
Like back when David Green was quarterback.
Yeah, David Green was quarterback. David Green,
I was about to say,
and back when
Young
DJ Cycle
Green.
should have been quarterback.
Yeah.
I think in 2002. What was that? 2002,
Yeah, 2002. Yeah, when they won the Sugar
Bowl.
Bowl and they
Yes,
played
they had
against
Reggie
Florida
Brown.
State.
They had Musa Smith.
Musa Smith?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had
Fred
Musa
Gibson.
Smith back there.
Odell Thurman.
Yeah, Fred Gibson.
Odell Thurman. David Pollard.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Richard
That's crazy.
Seaman. I don't know if it was Richard Seaman was on
Odell
the
Thurman
team.
was like crazy as hell though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he from like Monticello. I know some people from Monticello, so
Had some issues, bro.
yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, I think he got himself straightened up. So
Hopefully,
that's what I heard. So
that's good, dude.
Yeah,
that crack is real out there in the streets.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey man, Jeffrey, man, hey, we're gonna go ahead and get it popping. Why are you mad, bro?
Yeah. First off, can I say this right quick?
Oh,
what's your excuse? That's my excuse. What's your excuse?
I can't even say excuse me. I got to just state the obvious that particular day, Alabama was just a better team. And, you know, I'm up here actually rewatching the game right now as we speak. And as I look at it, I'm seeing like a lot of poor execution. And then it's like, you know, just kind of jump into it. You know, we were kind of predictable after a while. And then Stetson, let's be honest, man, Stetson's a good quarterback during the regular season. But when it comes to big games like Alabama, he proved it to us last year. And he's proven it this year as well that he's just not ready for that. And I really wish that Kirby would have pulled the plug and put somebody else in there. You know, and it's not just on stats, it's also that defense. You know, like they kept on giving up the big pass, and you know, Bryce was just chunking around the field. And then the sad thing to say is that this particular game, man, it really cemented Bryce Young as a Heisman Trophy winner, which we're gonna go into later on, but he just kind of, you know, took it out on Georgia and he won himself a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah. One thing caught me was they supposed to be the best defensive team. Didn't give up like more than 8 points. And they just, I don't know, they just down. I just feel like they choked. They gave up 41 points. And if I was the defense, I would feel some kind of type of way about that. I'm like all this year, y'all, I think the highest they probably gave up was like 17 points. They gave up 41 points. I'm like, y'all defense, y'all should be like pissed off on that. Cause I know if I was on that defense right now, I'd be mad as hell. I'm like, man, next team I'm playing, man, I'm like, they ain't giving them boy shit. Like,
and then also, man, you got to give it up to Nick Saban, man.
Yeah.
I hate it. I mean, he's almost like Bill Belichick to where I just hate that he's just so damn good. He knows how to plan. He knows how to feed all this woe is me to the media, and then they bite into it. And he always talking about some rat poison. Nick know what the hell he be doing out there. It's like, man, we got to figure out a way to just put our foot on the pedal and don't take it off, because this is getting ridiculous.
I mean, honestly, Jeff, it doesn't help that Saban knows Kirby better than Kirby knows Kirby.
I was about to say, listen, y'all missing the point. It ain't, listen, y'all got to look at where Kirby coming from, all right? You look how Kirby Smart constructed this team. This team is constructed like Alabama back in 2009, 2010, 11, the early years.
You're right.
He has created Alabama East. That's what he's created. We're going to play good defense. We're going to run the ball and have our quarterback minimize turnovers.
But David, just add on to that, brother, like something that you saw that Nick Saban did about 2014 was that he went back on his own word, because he used to talk about how, you know, like these pass-heavy offenses are just not good for the game. And then he realized that, hey, this could be a weapon that I can use to my own advantage. And so he figured out his way to perfect that kind of a passing game, and he ran with it.
Well,
and that's
I mean,
something that
it's the
Georgia
times. It ain't. It's not him going back on his word.
He kind of
Football
did.
changed.
He kind of
But
did.
football
because-
changed. But here's the thing: football changed.
Yep.
Football wasn't 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I
That's
don't
true.
need to have 6'5", 290-pound linebackers who can't run.
Yep.
The game, when Alabama started losing games, is because teams start going, they spread offenses, spread them out, making you have to cover the whole field. I don't need a 6'5" linebacker or a 300-pound defensive lineman who can't run.
Right.
So it ain't that he just went back on his word. The game changed. So therefore, he changed.
So
So
adapt to it. You're right.
you have to adapt. Either you adapt or
you
you're
left
gonna get, or you're gonna be your ass fired.
Yeah.
AKA Les Miles and the last 2 stops of him.
Yeah.
Say Les Miles didn't adapt, so he got up out. They got him up out the paint.
I mean, like, I'll make a lie to you like that during the second half. I'm like, man, could y'all please just put somebody else in?
But
Y'all
why?
put in
Why?
JT or put in Brock Vandegrift or somebody, because
Why?
Stetson, Stetson's okay. He's kind of like somebody that, hey, like he's going to give you a good game, and it just got to a point where I'm like, man, we got to try something new, because Zeus can only do so much, Cook can only do so much, and I saw that we had George Pickens back. It's like Brock Bowers, man. He's like the number one offensive weapon right now. It looks like, and it's like we can't just depend on him.
Well, first, I tried
Huh?
to tell you, because I tried to tell you, it ain't the passing. Y'all couldn't run the ball. Y'all have ran the ball all year long. When you can't run the ball, it makes you one-dimensional. Y'all are not built to be one-dimensional, and that's the difference. Y'all been running the ball, having your way with everybody. You couldn't run the ball, Alabama. Alabama told you, hey, and I said it last week, if you stop the run, make Georgia be one-dimensional, they'll win the game. Alabama took away.
It was like, it wasn't just us, because Alabama couldn't run the ball either, but Alabama caught the marks where they realized that, hey, you know what?
But Alabama ain't ran the ball all year.
I can just spread them out, because there was like this one play in the second quarter where Bryce Young threw like a 50-yard touchdown pass. Just took the top off, and I'm like, man, what the hell?
Dude, Alabama ain't ran the ball all year long. Y'all looking at one game. Alabama has not ran the ball all year long. They've struggled running the ball. So when you got the best quarterback in the country, you can do that. It's just what it is. When you have those type of weapons, it affords you that opportunity. Now, Stetson Bennett didn't play bad. Your defense got punched in the mouth and didn't bounce back from it. They took it in the chops. Ain't nobody hit them like that all year long. Yeah. And so they couldn't rush the quarterback because Kirby was scared. If I rush him and if we don't get to him, it's going to be a problem. And that O-line, and it wasn't Nick Saban. He played everybody disrespecting us. Everybody was disrespecting Alabama. Everybody said, this ain't the year. The king is dead. Everybody crowned Georgia. You still got to get out there and play the game. And when it came out there, Alabama hit Georgia in the mouth, and they couldn't bounce back from it.
Well, the good news is, both teams made it to the playoffs, so I'm not going to just write it in, but it's like we have a chance to meet up again. And if that does happen, I do expect a different game. Hopefully not the same outcome, but I do expect that Georgia will show up different.
What make you think that?
Honestly, I think that you would really be a fool to do the same thing twice. Think you're gonna have a chance to change something. So there has to be a short leash on the way things being ran right now. I mean, like you have. What do you mean
a short leash? You do realize y'all are 12-1. You act like y'all 5-7.
We might as well be right now. Because right now
we might as well be.
Listen, because honestly, we are at a point to where it doesn't even matter about what happened in the past. We focusing on now. Right now, the primary.
And guess what?
Right now,
and y'all 12-1.
Primary focus is Michigan first.
And that's good. It should be.
Michigan, and then for y'all, it's Alabama. So once we get past those two hurdles, what's up? Double or nothing.
What hurdles? You talking about the Michigan hurdle?
Yeah, Michigan. I mean, because really, honestly, we can't just say, "Oh, we were for Alabama." We got to go ahead and handle Michigan first.
So what do you think is going to be different against Michigan? So what make you think y'all going? I know, I saw it too. He said, "Go Gators." I saw that.
That's fucking right, motherfuckers. Fuck. Roll Tide and the goddamn Bulldogs, motherfuckers. But y'all go ahead, because this shit great.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is, understand this. Take your fanboy hat off for a second. I need to take your fanboy hat off and look at football for what it is. Y'all are 12-1. You've dominated. As a coach, you're not gonna change. You're not gonna throw out the baby with the wash because you lost one game.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna keep with what's got you there. That's why he done pulled Stetson Bennett. You dance with the one who brought you. That boy earned the right to play in that game. And my thing is, the kid threw for 340 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now the 2 interceptions, they fooled him. One of them, they fooled him on the coverage. It happens.
David, just to kind of back up on that, since we're talking Alabama, didn't they do the same thing a couple years ago with Tua and Jalen? Tua didn't throw for 300 yards. He only, it's not the same. Y'all still was scoring. We can look at the national championship game where Jalen was kind of struggling, and what did it do? He went back and he said, "Hey, I need to have me a little spark." He threw Tua, and then Tua balled out. But the following year, it was the other way around. Tua was kind of sorry in the SEC championship game. He said, "You know what? We need a spark." He threw Jalen up in there.
Well, guess what the spark should have been?
You can't just ride the horse all the way down to the end of the cliff if you see that the horse is stumbling. Sometimes you got to switch it up if you need to.
It ain't the offense. It ain't the offense's problem. The offense don't stop the other team from scoring. Your defense, y'all put all this on that kid. It's the defense. The defense gave up 41 points, not the offense.
I think the offense did give up a touchdown too.
Okay, so they gave up 6 points. So 6 points out of 41. So even if you take the 6 off the board, you still lose. Y'all need to fix what happened with the defense. The offense, and you can run the ball. If a quarterback throws for 340 yards and 3 touchdowns, y'all should win the game. But your running back had 11 carries for 38 yards. So your tight end, you talk about Bowers, had 10 receptions, 139 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, you got to go. Y'all got to look at the defense. Y'all defense let y'all down. Bottom line.
Yeah, they did. They did. I give you that.
Y'all want to ride? Y'all now Michigan. We can fast forward to Michigan. It's a better matchup for y'all. It is. They want to run the ball. Y'all want to stop the run. That's going to be a better matchup because I don't think their quarterback can play like that.
And also, I could just go ahead and say that, hey, they have a pretty good defense. They have a good defense. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to just say that we're going to just blow their ass out of the water. I mean, like, it's going to be a competitive game. Now, as far as this Alabama-Cincinnati game, I mean, y'all were expected to beat them, but I'm not sure exactly how good Cincinnati really is to where it could be a good game.
Well, here's the thing. It ain't the first group. It's the second. It's the subs. Cincinnati may have some stars out there who could play. But when they get tired and you substitute, can those guys keep up with Alabama's second group? So you're talking about Alabama's second group of receivers, they 4 and 5 stars. Can Cincinnati's secondary cover those guys? Now, Cincinnati has 2 great corners. They can play with any receiver in the country. But now that's your corners. But can your safety cover number 1? Can he cover number 1? Can he cover number 7? Brooks.
Yeah.
Or the other freshman, number 11. So you got 2 corners, but if number 1 Jameson Williams ain't outside at the number 1 receiver, he inside at a slot receiver, and your safety got to cover him, now your ass is in trouble. So it just depends on the matchups. I think Cincinnati's a good football team. Not gonna take nothing from them. They the only undefeated team in the country. So you got to give them that respect. They made it. They beat everybody who they put in front of them. So you got to respect them. They made it this far. So the best bet is respect them and then take it to them. And then
so David, let me just ask you this, man. Like, what do you think about Nick Saban's way of just kind of like kind of what I call playing like Jedi mind tricks? Like whenever it comes to the whole thing about rat poison and somebody says, "Ooh, it's yummy" and all that bull. Like, what do you think about that, man? Do you think that that's all part of the ploy, or do you think that it really does work when he uses that kind of stuff?
Some of it works. I mean, you think about it. Alabama, still Alabama. Everybody was talking, disrespecting them. Oh, they struggled. You should have lost to Auburn. You should have lost to. Everybody can say what they want to say, but there's a lot of pretenders out there. Texas A&M won. Give them credit. They won. Congratulations. But LSU had a shot. They let it go. Arkansas had a shot. They let it go. Auburn had a shot for 3 quarters and let it go. So everybody has something to say. I mean, those kids play football like everybody else. They don't want to be disrespected. Oh, the offense, they terrible. They can't run the ball. Y'all let Auburn hang in there with you. You let this 6-5 team almost beat you. Y'all ain't gonna have no shot against Georgia. Shit, they like, y'all must have forgot who we are. And Nick Saban told them. Shit, y'all
that just gave fuel for the fire, man. Just gave fuel for the fire.
Poke the bear. Yeah, if you're gonna poke the bear, shit, goddamn you better deal with them claws when you wake his ass up. So now what didn't happen is now you let them gain confidence because you done pissed them off. So now they gain confidence at the for them at the right time going into the playoffs. For everybody else, y'all done fucked up because y'all done pissed them kids off. And they told you at their press conference, y'all talk about like we some slap ass team back in East Mississippi somewhere. Shit, we still Alabama.
East Mississippi had a good football team, you know.
No, I ain't talking about like the community school. I'm talking about some trash high school team.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. So yeah, the rat poison, it worked because everybody has something negative to say. Nobody gave Alabama respect in this game. It's just what it is. The national media was like, shit, Alabama ain't finna win this game. They've been trash all year. They ain't got lucky. You didn't got lucky. Well, now you ain't pissed off them 5 stars. Now they ready to play. Now we're gonna show y'all how well we can play football. And that defense went back to an old school style defense, and they shut shit down.
I can't even argue with that one, man. I got to just eat crow in this. But But the beauty of it is that hey, the playoffs are here, and we're both in the dance, so we'll just see what happens.
Oh yeah, I look forward to a rematch.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it.